All right, I think we're ready to go. So yes, welcome everyone to Livepeer's Open Ecosystem Call, March 2025. As a reminder, we do these calls about once a month. There's a different flavor of call. There's an orchestrator call 1 month. There's an open ecosystem call 1 month, and there's an open topic call another month typically. So glad everyone can join for our open ecosystem call. And what we do is we run through a series of updates and presentations about what's going on across the entire Livepeer ecosystem. As mentioned, I'm one of the co-founders of the project, and I head up Livepeer Inc., one of the core companies that develops a lot and contributes to the project. And so I'll be taking us through a quick introduction and a network overview. As a reminder, these calls are open to all. They are being streamed and recorded, so everyone's welcome to participate, but know you may be recorded and shared out after the fact. Um, cool. If you're not part of the Discord because you're watching this on another channel, definitely join the Live Peer Discord. It's the hub of our community. It's where all the communication and action happens. It's where you can learn about and begin to participate in the project. So scan this QR code and dial in. All right, next slide. As mentioned, I'm going to run us through an introduction, some network updates. We're going to hear from product and engineering on what's being built and some of the demand gen efforts, and then we're going to get updates from around the ecosystem, from community events, SPEs, et cetera. Really quick introduction. What is Livepeer? I know most of the people here have heard this, but we'll spend just a couple minutes recapping for new people who are new. Livepeer's mission is to build the world's open video infrastructure, and we've been working on that since 2017, so one of the longest running deep end projects, making progress along the way. We power a bunch of the leading apps in across Web 2 and Web 3, powering sort of end-to-end top global video streaming applications that just use streaming, but also enabling a lot of Web 3 experiments in Web 3 social and the metaverse and events and whatnot as well. So a range of use cases use the Livepeer network for video transcoding and streaming. Uh, Lately, there's been a big focus on how AI is going to impact video, and like there's huge network of GPUs being used as an infrastructure to power the future of AI video, which requires a lot of compute. And a lot of this initiative being driven by our community tapping into our on-chain treasury to fund public goods and our grants program to fund public goods. So really good progress there. Um, we are, there's many decentralized networks out there that sort of offer generic AI inference, right? They can generate images, they can run LLMs. Livepeer is really the first decentralized video network to add AI capabilities into live streaming videos. It's a differentiator and an advantage, and we'll talk about that. Cool. So a lot of exciting things happening in the network and the ecosystem. To give a quick overview, really good news. Last week, Livepeer network fees hit an all-time high across the week. Over $12,000 in fees paid out for using the network, paid to orchestrator nodes. We had a local high back in September that was close to this number, but we eclipsed it. I think came down a little bit last week to around 10,000, but good to see this trajectory has really been going up pretty consistently since the turn of the year around January 1st. This diversification of fees is great because it's not coming just from Livepeer Studio, which was the predominant fee generator for transcoding, but it's coming from sort of the real-time AI effort powering products like Daydream, which we'll talk about, and some of the other real-time AI load testing and experiments. The agent SPE is doing awesome work around powering agents in the Web3 ecosystem through the ELIZA framework, and is driving a bunch of fees in their development and adoption. Some of that's coming through Livepeer Cloud, which is hosting an open gateway. And you still have some apps like Flipguard, which are sort of in Discord AI agents and capabilities using the network directly. So really great to see diverse sources. Hope that trend continues. Um, Real-time AI fees are beginning to ramp up. This has been in development since late December, and you see sort of low amounts of fees and a couple of hundreds of dollars a week uh, up through February, and then in March we really rocketed up to thousands of dollars per per week through a combination of the Daydream app and some of the testing and comfy stream work that's going on to enable real-time AI capabilities. So that's exciting as well. Next slide. Yeah, more on the delegation and token side. Very good news. Participation rate on the network, the percentage of tokens that are staked, is up to a local high, highest we've seen in over 2 years since January 2023. We surpassed 48% participation rate. That is important because once we surpass 50%, that would trigger the inflation on the network to start trickling back down. And I know there's a bunch of commentary and discussion around and LIPs in the works around how to address inflation. Even if we stay below this target, so good to see more delegators, more delegation in terms of tokens joining the network. Still seeing the delegator count decrease, which is a little bit of a head scratcher, but I think there's a lot of opportunity now that token is more accessible on Arbitrum via centralized exchange support for deposit and withdrawals through Binance. So looking forward to doing some campaigns to raising awareness of that, increasing delegators as well. Uh, Engagement through special purpose entities that are getting funding through the on-chain treasury has been really at an all-time high. I think we funded over 8 SPEs this year already, and all those SPEs are working and participating in the community and contributing in many different ways. So check out the Livepeer Explorer, click on the Treasury tab, and you can see all the latest and greatest of what's been funded there. I think over 100,000 LPT has been released, and we'll hear a little bit about that later. Next slide. Cool. One of the apps I want to draw attention to is called Daydream. You can check it out at daydream.live. It really showcases an inspirational example on the power of real-time AI capabilities. In this screenshot, you see, me live streaming from my webcam and a prompt that's giving some input, and the prompt is modifying my stream in real time. And I think we'll hear a bit about that on the CrowdEng update, but really excited there. Uh, Finally, one of our goals is to build not just you know, growth in a product and drive adoption, but also to build a leading community. And it's exciting to see sort of this real-time AI initiative contribute to that. We see the most popular channel in the Discord over the past week or so has been the Daydreams channel. So it's actually opened up the Discord to creators and developers who are interested in real-time AI, and they're participating actively in the community and really looking to grow this number as well. Next slide. This seems to be a legacy. Maybe I should have deleted it. Yeah, move forward. Think gone too far. Let's yeah, go back one slide. Yeah, just a reminder, the big focus through this Live Pure Cascade phase of the project is to build the world's leading real-time AI video pipeline, platform, and community. And next slide, I can kind of just remind everyone of the reasons why. Um, One, real-time AI is an opportunity for us to get out ahead of a trend that's coming and actually be a leader in a fast-growing area where we're really well suited to succeed because of our strengths in live video. We're not just another generic compute provider competing with all the other billions of dollars that have been invested into hundreds of players in that space. We're one of sort of the leading forward-thinking projects when it comes to live video. So let's capture that opportunity. Uh, Also gives us a unique opportunity to create a network effect where you know, every new capability that's added to the Livepeer network in terms of a real-time AI workflow makes Livepeer that much more of a leader and more of a intuitive place to build, which means more developers come in and build on Livepeer, which means we get more AI workflows, and this creates sort of a virtuous cycle where any other inference platform doesn't have that composable network of real-time AI capabilities and creates an advantage. So that's an exciting opportunity. Lastly, it's all about growing fees on the network through utilization of the network for these capabilities. And these are really compute heavy jobs on long running streams that require a lot of compute. So it's a great opportunity. Let's skip this one. I think this is legacy. Yeah, last thing I just wanted to check. We're sort of towards the end of Q1, and I shared some of these goals in January. I want to check in on how we're doing. We said we want 200 weekly active AI builders in our Discord. Over the course of the quarter, we sort of shifted that focus to daydreamers or people who are playing with real-time AI, sharing their creations, and we've achieved around 100 weekly active. So not quite there, but at the same time, the product hasn't really been released or reliable enough to really focus on growing it. We're getting very close to that. So I think we're on a good path here. We've had over 300 builders sign up in the Encode Bootcamp to learn how to use Daydream and create prompts and also use Company Stream under the hood. We've hosted a bunch of real world comfy UI meetups and around the world, and they've had great engagement. I actually don't have the numbers of participants, but I know that's driven a lot of really talented builders into the Livepeer ecosystem. And we are very close to having 10 SPs passed. So that's a great job by the GovWorks team and the GovWorks pod on that initiative. We did want the inflation rate trending back downwards. It's not there yet, though we're getting close. The LIP draft is in place. The participation rate is nearing 50%. So look for progress on that in the coming days and weeks. Great. Yeah, I think I will stop my presentation there and hand it off to product and engineering to share some updates on what's being built. A lot of great stuff happening in the ecosystem. Very exciting. So really excited for the next quarter to come.
All right, thank you, Doug. Hi, everyone. I'm Eric. I'm a co-founder and CTO at Livepeer, and excited to be giving everyone an update on all the great stuff that we've been building at the core engineering team. I do also just want to call out that there's now so much product development activities that are also happening in the ecosystem. So whether it's the agent SPE or the cloud SPE or the AI SPE, just lots of good stuff happening. So what I'm sharing here is only the perspective that comes from this one effort that we're running at Inc.
So there is a comment in Doug's answer. Right? Continue.
Cool. Okay, so just to remind everyone, the goal is for us to build the leading community for real-time video AI. And last time when I shared, last time during this call, I shared a little bit about our direction for real-time video AI and why we're going after that. Here are some example use cases that we've been looking at, whether it's real-time content creation or AI for real-time communication or real-time video understanding. Next slide. What we've been focusing on is getting really deeply embedded into the Comfy UI ecosystem, which is the number one growing, the most popular open source kind of creative AI ecosystem in the world. It's one of the most popular repos on GitHub. Period. Having surpassed Llama from Meta from the Meta team. Next slide. So Comfy UI kind of looks like this. It's a node-based system that allows you to kind of pull together any open source AI models to create very intricate workflows and give you a lot of control. What's really interesting is that there are millions of people around the world finding this tool, using it for their purposes. Already, this tool is disrupting things like the advertising industry or entertainment, user-generated content, whatnot. So what we've been doing in the last month, we have really gotten. We started shipping this product, this plugin called Comfy Stream that allows you to add real-time workflows into the Comfy UI ecosystem, and that has been kind of a missing piece in that whole ecosystem. We've done 2 major releases in the last month of Comfy Stream, and we've been sharing these releases with the Comfy UI ecosystem on their Discord and also in Reddit. And for example, this is a post that we just posted yesterday that became one of the top posts of the day. Just communicating with people about what we've been shipping, and there's been a lot of really great discussion in the workflows channel in the Livepeer Discord, where people are sharing their workflows, sharing the visual effects, and it's quite an exciting thing to see. We've also, like Doug said, been hosting a number of community events around the world with the Comfy UI community. So for the New York community, we've been kind of hosting it for let's say the last 5 to 6 months at this point, and that meetup has been growing each month. In the last month, we've hosted 4 events in different cities, in New York, Austin, and Amsterdam. We've been invited to go speak at the Comfy conference that's happening this weekend in Shanghai. We've been invited to exhibit at the Benedoco event in Paris. And Benedoco is kind of like the leading creator community for Comfy UI. So a little bit about I also want to share a little bit about Daydream, and this is something that we've been. Oh, and do we not have audio for this?
No, we do. I just didn't want to do it while you were talking. Sorry. Do you want me to play
Oh,
it?
I see. Yeah. What I want to share is that we've been working on Daydream and doing early testing with users and doing a beta, getting really positive feedback. So here's a short video of some of the feedback that we've been getting from early users.
When you actually experienced it, it's a whole different thing. Like I've seen you do it, but like it's a very different experience doing it yourself. This is really cool. Wow. Okay.
DJing. Honestly, this is pretty cool. I would use it right now. I would immediately put this on.
And I was on the floor. I was really impressed. I was expecting way more delay between my cam, etc. It's half a second, I would say, or maybe not even 1 second. It seemed. So that was really impressive. Then I quickly changed the prompt. I said Van Gogh style, and also I was really impressed by. I pressed enter and it was done.
Okay. All right. That's cool. Hands. Let's see here. Ew. Oh, yeah. That's cool. Let's see. Oh, look at that. So it knows how to perceive outdoors.
Whoa. By the way, this is really cool.
Oh, thanks.
Like as I'm moving, it's like catching my cardigan a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like
That's interesting. Oh, this is fun. Interesting. I love it. Ooh,
Is like my
is
film
so
noir
cool.
version of myself, right?
That's so cool.
This is fucking awesome. This is so crazy. I love it. Wow. That's fucking crazy. That is really cool, dude. Holy shit.
Whoa. Okay, this is what I expected for what it's worth.
Okay, so these are some just early reactions, and which is quite common when I show it to people. We already talked about the engagement in kind of the Livepeer Discord. We're seeing people like to create video clips and share them using this tool. So we've added some clipping features and are encouraging people to share this. We're even seeing that one of the posts that's created by N has gotten over 13,000 views on TikTok. So we think there's a lot of opportunity to lean into that kind of sharing and viral marketing mechanism on social, and we're going to follow this signal to build in this direction. So what's next? What's coming up next is really growth for Daydream and continue to really grow this community that we're putting together around real-time video AI. Right. The signal that we're getting from the market is that people want to share this on social. So we'll be working with micro influencers, helping them create videos and share videos using Daydream and driving people to come back and remix those videos on the Daydream platform. At the same time, we'll also be working hard on improving the infrastructure, both on the reliability and the scalability, to get ready for growth. Yep. So that's a little bit about the product here. Yeah, we got a question seeing how much would it cost for a stream for a streamer to do this for an hour. Yeah, that's a good question. I think. Yeah, right now we're kind of subsidizing the cost here. I think in reality, right now it probably comes down to 30 to 50 cents an hour. Yeah, whether people are willing to pay for it, I think it really comes down to can they use it to drive more revenue for their streams, right? And I see some early signals that that it's possible. So we want to so we want to test it. Yeah, if it seems too cheap, I'm really thinking about the GPU cost for an hour, right? It costs about like 60 to it costs about like 50 to 60 cents an hour to rent a 4090 GPU, and you can run multiple streams on a single GPU.
Amazing. Let's go on to ecosystem. Rich, you want to introduce us, and then I'll take it away from there. Oh, I cannot hear you. You might want to leave and come back quickly. Okay, give us 1 second while Rich jumps back in, and then we'll get into the ecosystem updates. Also, I know that Karlak is chatting. Yeah, I think in terms of like, I think, Eric, we're not at the price stage, I would imagine, but I want, maybe you have more thoughts there, some clarity to add.
Yeah, I can talk a little bit more about pricing. Yeah, maybe next time when we meet. But I would just say, like, good call out, right? Like, pricing is important. The cost on the network is different than the pricing that we want to charge for the service.
Right.
So that's something that we're looking into. It needs a lot of user feedback, and we're still early in that process.
Awesome. Rich, you want to try to unmute again?
Thank you for the filler. Can you hear me now?
Yes, you can. Welcome.
The perennial Discord problem. Awesome. Thanks, Ed, and thanks, Eric. Super exciting to see what's happening in the Daydreamer land. Awesome. Let's hop right in, and I will be brief and hand you over. So as Doug's already said, as Eric's now been saying, we had a dinner last night in Amsterdam with some folks from the Harmonic SPE, the Transcoding SPE, and some Ink folks, and we really feel like there's a great momentum within the ecosystem building. And I think part of that is we have this amazing confluence of different actors within the ecosystem, all starting to build momentum. So obviously, Livepeer has been an amazing community of video developers for years. We've had people who have been contributing to the core network and protocol since inception back in 2017, 2018. And these are still becoming core contributors to the Livepeer network. Then we're having this renaissance of AI technologists, creators, and who are experimenting with AI workflows and tinkering with prompts on Daydream and working with the AI agent SPE and some new bets there. Then we have SPE members over the last 3 weeks. I think we've had 4 or 5 SPEs being passed, who are really trying to amplify either on the marketing front or build public goods, which ultimately serve the network. And then obviously we have a long existing orchestrator community, some amazing founders who are building on top of either the Studio API or self-serving via their hosting their own gateway. And then finally, I think one of the most interesting things for the near future is this growth in the number of gateway operators on the network, and something that I'm super excited about. A load of folks running their own gateways and diversifying demand sources onto the network. So I preface all of the ecosystem stuff saying if you have a friend, if you have a mate who is or a family member who is wondering what to do with their life, there's no better place in the Livepeer ecosystem at the minute. Let's go to the next slide. And a big part of this, as Noma and Jose will tell you about in a minute, is that the on-chain treasury is really driving this new demand and public goods funding. We had over 100K LPT distributed to 9 proposals, which got passed in Q1. And that it's really been a 3x increase in the number of SPEs quarter on quarter. So that's super exciting in terms of where the direction that Livepeer is heading, and there's still over 730K LPT in the on-chain treasury, and from a spending point, an investing point, we're still underutilizing that capital resource, which is ultimately governed by the orchestrators. Sorry, I should say SPEs for those new special purpose entities. These are groups that come together to build public goods for the Livepeer network, whether that be new technology or amplifying the Livepeer project in general. And we now have over 20 plus SPE members with the tag on Discord and a number of other contributors elsewhere. So to end my little bit, next slide. I would really say to folks who are looking to get more involved with the Livepeer project. So this is obviously, as En's going to tell you about, we have some amazing opportunity if you're an AI builder, AI tinkerer, to get involved with various programs. But if you're really willing to take that next step, as a lot of past grantees have over the last, I know that we're going to hear from Raf, we're going to hear from Nick, which is awesome. Both of them taking the jump from being a past grantee to becoming more closer to the center of Livepeer by forming an SPE and really thinking, what is the long-term mission that I could do to serve Livepeer as a network, as a community. And there are some awesome SPs in the pipeline. We have one, hopefully, shout out to Marco, going live or being voted on passed. It's basically already passed in the next couple of days. And yeah, if you're looking to join the Livepeer peer network in a more meaningful way, then reach out to myself, reach out to En, reach out to Noma and Jose, and really see how you can get involved by contributing directly to an SPE. Or, if you're feeling really bossy, feeling really confident, then you can always think about forming your own directly. Awesome. That's everything from me. And do you want to take it away? Sorry, a big shout out, because they, not always, they don't always get enough praise, but Noma, Jose, En have been putting in so much work into this over the last month. So a big shout out to them for moving at least the on-chain, for catalyzing the on-chain treasury in that regard. Sorry, now take it away.
Thank you so much, Rich. I appreciate that shout. I wanted to add before we move on to the yes, thank you, Raf. I wanted to add before we move on that we have a number of places in the community. We have the GovWorks office hours, which is the place if you want to learn more, figure out what holes there are in our ecosystem that you can eventually fill with your set of skills. That's a great place to do it. Of course, all of them are listed in our Discord under the events tab, so just click in there. That's on a month cadence, and of course we have the weekly water coolers on Monday, where you can jump in and talk about your ideas and get feedback from the community. I see a lot of on Twitter, on different platforms, a lot of people saying, man, I want to move the ecosystem forward. I want to see how we can really bring Web3 to prime time. And I think Livepeer of things out there is potentially one of the best places to make that impact by directly driving fees on network, directly contributing to the Web3 economy. Excuse me. So definitely don't hesitate, jump in. Everyone's friendly. We're super excited to hear your ideas of how we can continue to grow Livepeer. So as for me, oops, one too many. So a number of things have been launched. The first one being the Comfy Ambassador Program. We have 4 very talented community members, Toby, Jason, Emma, and Ori, who are participating in this program. Essentially what this is these are the experts in Comfy Stream, the experts in real-time video AI, who are in our community helping people, as well as making user-generated content to grow our top of funnel as well. So hopefully you catch these folks on Twitter, catch them in our Discord, and they're the experts who can help you on your real-time video AI journey. The Encode Bootcamp has been running for the last 3 weeks, and we are entering our final week. And let me just add these onto loop so they can loop. So here are 3 examples. This one is mine, and these other 2 are from Encode participants or Bootcamp participants. So, if you're interested, that bootcamp is still running. I think you can probably still jump in and get some of those prizes. So yeah, that is what is happening over there. The kind of final prize will be about who can create the best workflow. So now people are starting to get Comfy Stream set up on their local or hosted environment, and then creating their unique workflows. And these are again made by Daydream.live. In addition, we're running a leaderboard competition. So there's going to be a $50 prize weekly, and here is how you enter. Essentially, we want to see what you can creatively make with Daydream, who can make the best prompt, who can make the most visionary video content to post on social media and in our server. So basically, just go to daydream.live, work on your prompt, make something interesting, click the share button, create a link, copy the link, post it to Twitter, post it in Discord, and then whoever gets the most clicks on that shared post will get points twice a week, and whoever wins in that week will get that prize. So a really easy way to kind of get involved in our ecosystem and start seeing the future of real-time video AI. Onto Livepeer's Discord. Big news here. Viewership is at a high, at least from when I started tracking the data in December, at 61%. When I started as head of community, I think this was at 25%. So we're seeing a massive surge in attention towards the Livepeer network and our ecosystem, which is really, really great. Activation, retention, Discord visitors, server membership are all at all-time highs. So we're seeing a really great increase in people interested in what Livepeer is doing. So, now that we're hiring some more folks on the growth side, we're really starting to build a great team culture there. We're going to start shipping a lot more at top of funnel. As mentioned, I've been experimenting with TikTok content and got a pretty widely viewed video there. So expect more of that in the next coming weeks. So please retweet, like, share, and again, jump into that competition would help the network immensely. On the community-led Telegram, Alvin, our community manager there, has been doing amazing. It continues to grow. Since January, when Alvin took over and revamped alongside my support, the Telegram, we've had a 7.25% increase in total membership. Also, a pretty big increase in people viewing it weekly and messaging weekly. However, Telegram doesn't give me that analytic data, so unfortunately I couldn't show it today. But the picture that I hope you're seeing is that we are growing, and there is a renewed attention on Livepeer, and I think you can see it in every aspect, whether it be bottom of funnel, top of funnel, everything is growing, which is amazing to see. And of course, we have our events. And as this has already been highlighted by folks previous to me, but we're continuing to grow our IRL event moment. So that is being led by Carlotto. So a big shout to her for leading a lot of these amazing IRL events. So yeah, that is it for me. Thanks everyone for listening to those updates, and then we'll throw it over to Noma for treasury updates.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Anne, for the intro. I was just typing, sending a heart over to Carlotta because really great to see all the event activity and just activity in general. It was great to hear from Doug, Eric, Rich around all the amazing activity on the Livepeer network. A lot of that is being driven by developers and SPEs. These SPEs are proliferating across the network at a rate much faster than we expected, but still really interesting to see. And it's great to be just a little closer to our overarching goals for the quarter in terms of SPs passed. And yeah, like I said, a lot of this is revolving around the allotments from the on-chain treasury. So in Q1, 8 new SPs have been approved on-chain, which is great. So there are now 13 active SPs contributing to Livepeer across multiple domains. We have the agent SP, AI video. We have folks that are leading various marketing initiatives, generating demand, doing some really vital research. So, a really diverse range of folks that are contributing public goods to the network overall. It's really funny because I typed a message, an update, couple days ago that it was 7 SPs passed, and between like now and then, it's already gone up one number. So, that has been great to see. And exactly 103 1,140 LPT has been dispersed by the Treasury. And I think the Frameworks SPE from Marco and the Miss Server team will actually push that up to plus 14K LPT in the next couple of days. So, yeah, great job to everyone. It's just amazing to see all the activity and see folks also adhering to the recently instituted operating procedures for passing proposals and initiating discussion, feedback sessions, and so on. A lot of the teams forming these SPEs have collaborated really closely with GovWorks, with Inc., with developers on the network, and their fellow contributors to make sure that the SPEs being formed are hitting crucial needs of the network. We have the SP dashboard, which is available on the Governance Hub. It shows you a really good rundown of the SPs that exist, their current deliverables, deadlines. I just posted a link in chat. It's a good bird's eye view of everything that is happening to do with the on-chain treasury. And we also posted an update in the forum around all this activity from February to March since the last time we spoke. And that also contains a really interesting needs assessment from all this activity in Q1, where, of course, Treasury funds are being allocated. But there are still a couple of inefficiencies in capital allocation that should be addressed to just better steward the Treasury and make sure that all funding dispersed is as effective as it possibly could be. Some great discussion around inflation and the Treasury cap drawing nearer. For some background around this, which Rich touched on, the Treasury hits a cap at 750K LPT accumulated via inflation. And now we're thinking about ways to optimize capital allocation processes to justify a cap raise, or if there are additional options that we could explore that helps the Treasury become more self-sustaining. So really interesting discussions around how the Treasury can be utilized, deployed, and more actively managed to create this self-fulfilling cycle. Next slide, please. Thank you. Yeah, so as I said, the GovWorks SP proposal passed. We were approved on-chain by the orchestrators with 9K LPT allocated to steward governance and capital allocation processes at Livepeer. With the upcoming quarter, more of the focus will revolve around better milestones verification, just to bring deeper transparency and accountability to Treasury fund deployments and make sure that all teams remain aligned with key priorities of the network. We don't have anyone running off with funds, and so far it's been a really great environment and really open about blockers and anything that might be stopping SPs from attaining initially set goals, and just being flexible with how things work and the constant evolutions on the network. So yeah, we're currently in the process of onboarding recently passed SPEs, setting expectations on both sides. And a lot of this discussion around SPs also happens in the monthly Treasury Talk, which we'll be hosting the next one on April 7th. That happens every first Monday of the month. Here we hear like recent updates from SPEs. We talk about blockers and we identify collaboration points. Prospective SPs also have the floor to discuss ideas and get some initial feedback and refinements from community members. So this is something that will be happening in the next couple weeks. And yeah, really looking forward to seeing everyone there. Like Rich said, it's a really great time to get more deeply involved in the network and contribute something in a more meaningful way by joining an SPE or starting your own. And this is always a great place to start seeding that. So yeah, that is about it for me. And we'll be hearing from some recently passed SPs, which is really exciting.
Amazing. Thank you, Noma. One ad for me is one thing I'm particularly excited about is kind of community sentiment for SP direction. Now that we're starting to activate the on-chain treasury, it's become clear that, well, what are the priorities for the community, and starting to source that information directly from all of you and having that democratic process, I think is going to be really exciting. And I believe very novel for the space in terms of how we're conceptualizing it. So super excited. I'm happy to have some new SPEs in our community spotlight. So first up, we will have Harmonic SP. So take it away.
Hi, everyone. Great to be here. I'll try to be brief and keep everything together. I'm Nick, the founder of UFO.fm, the first on-chain radio network. With UFO, we're building a cultural hub for the open internet, connecting artists, DJs, podcast listeners, and creative communities all over the world through live broadcasting, unique social integrations, and collective discovery. UFO is integrating features across the stack with Livepeer, Farcaster, Base, and much more, pioneering at the edges of what's possible for media, music, art, and radio. And we're dedicated to creating the ultimate onboarding experience into the new open internet. So that's basically what's going on there. What is Harmonic SPE? It's an ecosystem initiative supported by Livepeer to amplify adoption and growth of decentralized video streaming across Farcaster, Base, and Coinbase wallet ecosystems and beyond, just for starters. There is a major opportunity here for amplifying distribution of Livepeer streams, reaching potentially millions of wallet users, such as users on Coinbase Wallet, and leveraging that impact into further growth and adoption for Livepeer. Our mission with this SPE is to make decentralized video feel native, embedded directly in the social, cultural, and creative layers of the Web3 scene, with real usage by artists and creators and networks. This SPE is being led by myself and also Pablo, who is the founder of StreamETH and a longtime contributor and developer in the Livepeer ecosystem. Update on what we're doing right now. We've just begun. We're a couple weeks in now. What we're shipping, we're building a UFO mini app for Farcaster, a lightweight open source repo for live video broadcasting powered by Livepeer. So the UFO mini app is a prototype, basically, that is designed to be forked and used by any project or creator. It enables HLS playback support for Farcaster frames v2. And we're also, as part of our work, activating Farcaster and Base native projects to engage with media experiments and explore integrating Livepeer into their apps or products or their output and so on. We'll also be launching the mini app prototype, broadcasting live from multiple cultural activations during FarCon in New York, the first week of May, alongside participants including Refraction, shout out to Raf, who's also here, The Park, Hire, and other collaborators who have channels as part of the UFO network and beyond. FarCon is the biggest conference and gathering in the Farcaster calendar for 2025. So this is an amazing opportunity for us to like share what we're doing with Harmonic SPE, what we've built, everything that's going on, and do the vital stuff of meeting up with people in person, and all that kind of thing. How you can get involved with Harmonic SPE, if you're building in media, creator tools, Farcaster frames, on-chain social, all these types of things, we're super keen to collaborate and support what you're doing. Please feel free to get in touch with us if you want to explore building together. And finally, like, genuine thanks to the orchestrators and Livepeer community for voting to approve this SPE. Super appreciate the support, and we're real excited about what we're building.
Amazing. Thank you, Nick. I'm also very excited about this. I think it's going to do a lot of good for the ecosystem. If there's any questions, please drop them in chat. So I'll give people a second. If not, we'll move on to the next presenter. But thank you so much, Nick, for joining and sharing with everyone.
Thanks so much, everybody.
All right. Okay. Up next, we have the Agent SPE. So Define, welcome to the stage.
Thank you so much for having me. So guys, I'm Define. I'm the lead engineer of the Agent SPE, a team which has Titan as its leader and Phoenix as the relationship specialist. And what we're actually doing is super simple with very clear intent. We talked 2 months ago about having a superior product, distributing that superior product, and then going into making it continuously better as an infinite loop. So we currently have a VTuber product, and we are at the last stages of actually develop the MVP. Tomorrow, you already have access on launching it with a single script very easily. Tomorrow you will have also access on running it on at least one user case, that of streaming. So you will be able to stream if you want. We're also testing the ability to use it as a Docker container. So that's step one. Step two, it's about distributing that software, which uses Livepeer pipelines, integrates very deeply with it in many different distribution channels. So we are using ElizaOS, which we're using already for AI inference. We want to update it to be able to directly use the VTuber pipelines. And we also have our own maintained web apps, VTuber.fun, which is maintained from Titan. And we're also going to use that for distribution. So very few details about what actually we're looking when we're integrated with the orchestrators. This is a heavy enough application which you have, which you basically run an Unreal game and 3 different LLMs, but the result is amazing. So we're really looking into working with the AISP on integrated very soon to the orchestrators and the Go Livepeer. And last, starting from next week, we will start counting the PNL, testing our VTuber in different user cases. And this is also, we're also launching different templates for different user cases. It will not only be streaming, some people may want to use it as a general helper, many user cases for that. So we will test it out. And we're also looking to get the statistics and being able to make it better, count the PNL, and basically create an even better product going forward. You can scan the QR code if you want to get more info and what we're building. You can go in the YouTube and get the latest NeuroSync demos on how it looks, or you can wait till tomorrow. Well, we will publish our most recent demo with a lot of updates from the NeuroSync version that you may see on YouTube. And so that was the update. Do you have any kind of questions? Is it understandable how the system is getting value from that, and the value that can be got from the pipeline? If you have anything about partnerships for distribution, whatever, you can communicate with me. And just let me know, guys. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you, Define. If folks have any questions, please drop them in chat. And I'm super proud to see how far you've come with HSP. I remember when it started, and you've continued to make consistent progress throughout the time you've been here. So again, thank you so much for contributing so much to the ecosystem. And I don't think I see many comments, but this is the last one we have. So yes, off to you, Ref. I already love the humor on this.
Thank you. Yeah, just recognizing the progress we're making here. So, hey everybody! For those not familiar with me, I'm the co-founder of Refraction. We are a creator network and live experience DAO. We connect artists and orgs to new creative tech, and most people know us from the events that we've done. I think we've done over 50 around the world at this point, with a network of over 40,000 members who have come to our different events over the last 3 years. Some of them have been with Livepeer, and they've all been really amazing working with this team. So I'm really excited to share that our SPE for real-time AI streaming showcase is moving forward with implementation. And thanks again to everyone who cast their vote. I think Doug and Eric gave some great context earlier around what's happening with the ecosystem, where they're going with Daydream, with real-time AI streaming, and that idea of coming in early to capture that market and bringing this community together. I think you also heard from Nick earlier from the Harmonic SPE, and you can imagine that being sort of the how we get this message across, and what we're building with our SPE of real-time AI streaming with creators as the what, right? So like, this is the content, this is what we're going to be putting out there in conjunction with UFO and what they're building. So I can talk a little bit about the vision. So we're creating a recurring series of bi-weekly showcases that pair DJs and producers with visual artists to demonstrate that creative potential of this real-time AI capabilities. I think one thing that we recognize, it's great that we have this community that's building, that's growing, but how do we get all the cool things that are happening? How do we get the message of Daydream and what Livepeer is building out to a broader community? And Refraction, just through our network and through all the things that we do, are already kind of plugged into people that are eager and interested in interacting with those things, consuming that content, and also getting on board into new ways to create. So we want to provide continuous validation of Livepeer's real-time AI technology. We're going to build sustainable relationships with creators. We're creating documented implementation patterns to really help create those materials that help other artists come on board. We're going to explore audience interaction mechanics, like how does that work? Look at different ways to monetize, that sort of thing. And leave persistent streams that live between the events so that there's like an always on sort of strategy with that. We're thrilled to be collaborating with Nick, who you heard from earlier at UFO.fm, and implementing Daydream into this first phase of what we're doing. UFO brings that streaming platform and community, and Daydream is obviously this really simple and, as you saw, quite mind-blowing tool that's really easy for artists to kind of onboard into. And so together we'll build this framework that makes Livepeer technology accessible to artists in a really meaningful way. Next steps for us, where we're headed: artist selection and curation process begins next month. We've got technical integration with UFO.fm and the Harmonic SPE and the Daydream platform. We were aiming to have this first showcase targeted for May, as the FarCon was mentioned. I think that's what we're looking at. We want to document the implementation patterns for the community use, and then expansion to more artists and platforms over time. In terms of community asks, we'd love to have everyone's support in a few key areas. One, artist connections. If you know musicians or visual artists that have a really solid following, they're interested in experimenting with real-time AI. We're super open. We already have a really great stable of people, but it's always great to grow. That's part of our mandate, is to really sort of spread this to as many different artists as possible, specifically artists who are already doing some live streams, etc. Technical expertise, looking for community members with experience in this real-time AI implementation. Welcome to contribute. We're also searching for a project lead, this technical liaison that can bridge artists and platforms and help us be that sort of glue between the creative side, running that project, and the technical side. We'll obviously need help testing the audience interaction elements as we start to develop them. And then finally, spreading the word, right? We want to promote and showcase when we launch to really maximize that impact. And I think, the more we spread the word, the more that people get excited about what Livepeer is building, understand what's happening there, and want to get involved. So, yeah, feel free to reach out with any questions or suggestions or getting involved. You can find me on Discord, or you can email me at raf@refractionfestival.com. Thanks again for everyone for their support and making it happen. And we're super excited to showcase Livepeer's technology through this creative implementation.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Raf, for presenting that. And Doug, that's hilarious.
I've made it to the first half hour of refraction events before, but I'm gonna get some Red Bull or something, or 5 Hour Energy or whatever the kids are drinking these days, and make it to the end of one.
Yeah, incredible. If folks didn't catch the chat, Doug said one of these conferences I'm going to stay up late enough to attend a refraction event. Can confirm I went to a refraction event in Thailand, and I was on the dance floor, tearing it up. So that's always a positive sign. So just again, last call to join our community, scan the QR code, get involved in all the amazing things, and I'll just throw it back to Doug and Eric for a last send-off.
Great. Yeah. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining the call. It was really exciting to see all that's happening in the ecosystem, and you can feel it. Each one of these calls, there's more and more sort of independent SPE-based contributors that are showing substantial progress. So really exciting signs for the ecosystem. A lot of work to do ahead of us. We're still pulling all this together to try and generate some significant and scale demand and find that product market fit for the network. But between the real-time AI initiative and all the different shots on goal and SPEs that are contributing, I know we're going to get there. So thanks, everyone. Looking forward to next couple of months here at Livepeer, and you'll find us in the Discord.
Awesome. Until next time, we will see you all in the future.